Mic'd up.
Hello there, everybody. Welcome to a happy post-game show. We're living La Vida Volpe. La Vida Volpe today.
Great game. Great game for Mr. Volpe today.
You got something on in the background there? I hear something running in the background.
Oh, sorry.
So, yeah, that was quite the game for the Yankees. About freaking time, huh?
Yeah. It was such an incredible game in some ways. First of all, I hate to say it, but I didn't get the Dodgers' intensity in this game. Is it me? Or did you kind of just think they were thinking, you know what? Let's just get out of here.
I think once they got down in the game, I think that was it. Martinez, Roberts. What's the stupid manager? Roberts, the manager.
I hate that guy.
He
I hate him. I forgot how much I hate him from the Red Sox days. But boy, what a mouse. He's like a little mouse.
Anyhow, he said before the game that they weren't going to chase the game, so he had no intention of using Opec or Trinan or Brazier or Gardasol, whatever his name is.
Which, kind of said they weren't.
Well, he would have used them to clinch. If they were ahead, he would have used them, but they were behind, so he was like done. I mean, that guy Knack threw almost, what did he throw? 3 2/3 innings or whatever it was.
Yes, they called him Snack.
He threw 4 innings.
Yeah,
he threw 4 innings. So
Yeah, I thought it was an amazing, just the highs and lows of this game, or the lows and then the highs. The play, Volpe's play, I guess at bat in the second inning, that was just so horrendous. The base running mistake. I swear, my wife thinks I am such a psychopath.
she's not the only one.
I'm screaming at the TV. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that he made that mistake when he did. And what I loved about it was neither could he. He was kind of like, you saw him at third base, and he's just like, "What the hell?"
I saw him. I saw the post-game interview he did just now before we started, and he was like, it was a little bit of a wake-up call of tone he had to him.
Yeah, I think that's good, and that's what happens. I don't see that enough with some of these guys. I thought that so we'll just talk about the bad first, I guess. But that start was bad. I mean, I just can't believe Freddie, man. He's just unreal. But then they pitched him really well later in the game. I was really happy to see that they decided maybe it's time to go down and away instead of up and in.
Well, the home run was an away pitch.
It was an away pitch, but it
wasn't
high.
Down, but it was away.
It was high. He can hit a high pitch. He's a good.
Well,
hitter.
It wasn't high. It was thigh. It was thigh high. It wasn't high like grooved. But
all right, I want to see it because it's good. They're showing it again here.
So all I know about I wrote it when it happened. I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe this. The Yankees have 2 runners on base in the first inning in the first game, in the second game, and came up with nothing. The Dodgers do it, and they get 2-run homers by Freeman in both games. I mean, the stark difference between the number 3 hitters, I thought that was it. I was like, oh man, I just couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable. I do want to say one thing to you that you need to realize. The Yankees like me better than they like you. They lost on your birthday. They won on my birthday.
I'm really sorry. I forgot to mention, for all 3 of you that are listening right now, watching us, I want to wish my dear Kimusabi a happy 73rd birthday. He's so happy. Actually, the truth is he turned 60 today. Is that right? So guess what?
Aluminum bat, here I come.
He's an aluminum hat boy. He's an aluminum bat boy starting next year. Never thought I would do that, but boy, it makes a difference. It makes it.
Ask Rich Weil. Anyhow, so then you get to the 3rd inning after the screw-ups in the 2nd inning that cost them, right?
Hmm.
Well, Verdugo did knock in the run on a rollover grounder, something that we will repeat later in the game. But
Yes.
in the third inning, you know, Soto struck out. He had a rough game until that last at bat.
Still lasted bad, and then of course he never goes bad for more than I don't think I've ever seen him bad for 5 bats in a row.
Yeah,
Somewhere,
I
some way
yeah.
or another,
And then they
he
hit
is.
Judge. They hit Judge, and Jazz got a hit. And Stanton had a walk, and now they have bases loaded and one out. And Rizzo made out, and we're like, oh no, not again. And then with presto changeo,
All right,
presto
I'm going.
changeo, Volpe home run, and the game is, all of a sudden the game is turned. And we had to deal with, you know,
I'm going to
what went
show
on in
you
the fourth inning. Or was it
I'm
the
going
fourth inning? Yeah,
the
Torres's weak arm on the ground on the first double play that he did make.
I wanted again another instance to show my psychopathy as I started to scream at my TV set again. Um, all right, so here's just wanted to show you. Here is the pitch that Freeman hit.
We're not allowed to show it.
Oh, I'm gonna get yelled at.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was high thigh.
yeah. It was a thigh
It was a nice
outside
pitch.
pitch. I agree. Thigh outside pitch.
That was a beautiful. That was it. Actually was it wasn't a terrible pitch. It's just they need to go. I think they need a low. They need to pitch him a
They need
lower
to
and
get the
away.
ball lower for without a doubt.
He missed one in the fly to center field later in the game that I thought he was going to
Mhm.
put that he would have put out, you know, with a little bit of a better swing, but he flew out to center. They missed the spot. I don't think they can miss the spot with this guy. And boy, is Mookie Betts a great hitter. I mean, that double down the line, oh my God, just the inside out swing. It's just, he's amazing. And they're all that way. They're all good
Well,
that way.
I mean, the fourth and fifth inning were kind of scary because of our friend Glaber. That first double play where he had a chicken arm throw, and then the
Chicken
second double
arm.
play where all he has to do is turn his body and throw it to Volpe instead of flipping it to Volpe. Not to
He,
mention the flip was high and away, which
yeah, which
that
forced
fraction,
him to double take a little bit. He had to do
serious fraction of a second, which
fraction
is
of a
what
second, and that was the difference. I
yeah.
really went nuts there. Problem. But everybody redeemed themselves. All the people who had a hard time tonight. Judge had a good game, a better game. Um, I thought that Wells, that home run
Well, had
was
2 hits.
massive.
Yeah,
Uh,
his post game interview was very funny too, where he said they asked him about his bat flip. He was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I blacked out."
that's so Rosenthal. I mean, it can't stand
Well, they
his.
asked Volpe the same question at the desk, and Volpe said the same thing. He said, "I just started running, and then
Goodness.
once it was a home run, I sort of blacked out going around the bases.
Do you
When I got
remember
home,
when
I
you
hoped
hit
they
the
touched the."
ball? Let me ask you a question. When you hit a ball
Mm-hmm.
and you get a base, do you remember how you put the bat down? I mean, I know the bat flip is a big thing, but I think these guys are in a zone that they're not
Well,
thinking about
well,
that.
first of all, I don't hit any home runs, so I can't tell you what I would do.
Neither do I, but still, you know what you mean when you drop a
Now, my
bat.
bat goes in different places almost every time. I mean, if I hit a ball if I hit a ball hard to the right side, the bat usually leads me a little bit. And if I pull the ball,
Hmm.
the bat ends up to my left because I'm
Yeah.
coming around it. So, I mean, that's the only thing that I've noticed. I don't do it on purpose. It's just wherever the bat takes me or the ball takes me is where it goes. Of course, then when I hit the pop up to the pitcher, the bat just stays with me as I make believe I'm running to first base
Hmm.
or the ground ball one hopper to the pitcher. You know, Maybe I'll run out to the pitcher's mound with my bat and let the guy tag me. But there's nothing, I don't think about that stuff ever. If I ever hit a home run, I'm sure I'll be running because there's no way I'll know it's out of the park because we'll see. Maybe with this aluminum bat, I'll get to hit a home run someday again.
All right. So I think Webby. Let's play Webby because I think this is a good point to discuss right now.
The Yankees have forced a game 5. That's the first time a team that's been down 3-0 has gone to a game 5 since 1970. It's never happened for game 6. Why should I believe the Yankees have the ability to force a game 6?
4 letters.
COLE.
That's it. That's it. And this is why I'm so glad they didn't do the Pavlov's dog and throw him in there today. That's why I wrote exactly. I said if Heel can throw a masterpiece tonight, or even just
Which
hold
didn't.
him, which he didn't, but if he can just hold the game and they win tonight, then they can play. They get in Cole on normal rest, and all bets are off. They get to Game 5. They get to go back to LA. What I love is they said, "Bring your bags, man. Bring your luggage to the
Yeah.
stadium tomorrow." I think that's great. That to me means a lot. That's a nice little update. Listen, I feel a lot better. Just because they didn't lose this one, I think that would have shown a terrible. That would have been it's the worst taste. But hey, here's a trivia question: who played in the 1970 World Series?
Wasn't it the Orioles and the Dodgers?
No, the
Orioles and the Reds.
nope.
1970?
Oh yes,
Or,
it was the
or
Orioles and the Reds.
Reds.
Sorry, I thought it was the Pirates. They were 71.
Yeah.
Orioles and the Reds. It's correct. But who was up?
Well, the Orioles, because they won the series.
Very good. The obvious answer. Excellent. Excellent.
So
Capital.
there's been 8 sweeps since 1970.
Mm-hmm.
So while it's been since 1970, 54 years, it's only happened 7 times in 54 years where a team got up
Yankees.
3-0.
Yankees did it twice. The Yankees were involved in 3 of them.
Well, they beat the Padres
They lost to the Reds in '76,
and they beat the Padres and
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 then
they
they
beat
beat the
the Braves
Braves.
4-0, 4-0. Yeah.
The,
Oh yeah, it's good for
Actually,
them.
the Yankees have been involved in all 4 of them since 1963. 4 of the ones. He said since 1970. But the
Right.
Yankees were swept by They brought it up 3 or 4 times tonight. Gotta love that. Good old John
Swept by
Smoltz.
the Dodgers in 63.
Koufax and Drysdale pitched
Yeah.
4 games each, I think.
4 games each in a 4-game series.
They
That's
both
impressive.
pitched 4 games in the 4. They
Well,
just but they
anyhow, so the other thing is, Volpe hit the grand slam. They stole second and third,
I was
and
nuts.
then the contact play
Kept
worked,
saying,
something you've been chiming about. And Wells was the back end of the double steal, which is very interesting.
first time the contact play has worked since 1978 for the Yankees. I can tell you right now. It's been
Really, rarely. It rarely. I mean, I don't remember the last time it worked for the Yankees, and we always bitch and moan about it. And I'm like, when it's first and third, you usually use the contact play in order to stop the double play.
yeah.
But this was second and third, and you knew Verdugo was good for a rollover. I mean, he rolled over the last time. He rolled over the first
He
time
was
he got
due.
up with
He
second
was
and third, and he
due.
rolled over the other time when he got up with second and third.
But after 10 pitches, I'll take a rollover.
Yes, I mean, that was he was down 0-2 as well, and he had a 10 pitch at bat. He had some good. So the other good thing today, I think, that comes out of this is Judge had good at bats the whole game, and he had a hit the last time up, but he wasn't swinging at bad pitches.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the change that I think I saw at the end. I told Kramer this, that I saw at the end of the last game, his last at bat, or his last 2 at bats yesterday, he was a little bit more in control of the strike zone.
Mm-hmm.
And that leads to getting hits because now he's got a better chance to barrel the ball up. He did miss another pitch today, but what can you do? You can't hit every single pitch. It was nice that he got a hit today. Stanton got another hit. Jazz had a good game.
Jazz had a good game. A lot of guys had good games tonight. And
Well,
I
he
think
scored 11 runs. Now, Yankees scored 7 runs in the first 3 games, right?
yeah.
And now they have 18 runs in 4 games. And then when the World Series story is written, let's say they lose tomorrow 6-4, it's going to be written that the Yankees scored 22 runs in 5 games. They averaged over 4 runs a game, which is total garbage. Because 7 runs the first 3 games. So they broke out of it. The Yankees are a streaky hitting team. That's a plus. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. But they're alive. And that's more than we could have hoped for going in, especially down 2-0 in the first inning. Volpe, is this his coming out party? Is this a turnaround for Volpe? All of a sudden, hopefully he doesn't overswing because he did overswing a little bit his next at bat, where his butt was in the dugout when he hit a fly ball. But then he got a hit the next time up as well. So we'll figure it out with regard to Volpe. and Torres' defense is just
Again, I mean,
and the lighter move scared the hell out of me, but it worked.
it did. I remember you writing that. Wasn't
Yeah,
happy because I really thought that Holmes looked good. I thought Holmes had only
Holmes
thrown about
struck
15
out 3
pitches.
guys.
He looked beautiful. I thought, and his
I don't know.
sinker was just devastating
Outrageous.
tonight. It
When's the
was.
last time? I couldn't even tell you the last time Holmes struck out 3 guys in an inning.
I mean, it was just beautiful, and it was in the movement on his
And
sinker
it was terrific.
outrageous.
Terrific to see
And
Weaver work his way through Ohtani and Betts as well.
yeah, I'm glad
That
I'm glad they didn't bring him in. What's nice about this is the runs was so important, more than anything, is so that they could get Weaver out of there.
yeah,
So that
he's
tomorrow
available.
his comes in a
Everybody's.
little
I
fresh.
mean, obviously in a game that's an end of a series game,
Mm-hmm.
all hands are on deck. But having your hands on deck after throwing 18 pitches as opposed to 30 is a lot better.
The Yankees broke a Yankee World Series record today. They have 9 stolen bases, 4 by Jazz, 3 by Volpe and Judge. There's Jazz being talked to. Just such a great interview. Oh, everything's great, man. I'm just happy. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, he was pissed at that umpire though.
Oh yeah.
He
Well,
was really, really pissed. I mean, I like Jazz. I mean, he's going to be. I think he's the second baseman next year, but that again is for another show.
another show for sure. But
And,
another thing, I mean, just overall, all the pitching was really solid.
well,
After
the pitch
Heel,
solid the whole series except for the starters, the 2 starters.
the relief pitchers again. I mean, Leiter always scares me. Always goes to 3-2 on everybody, which is really it's nuts because they can't do that with this team. The thing about this team is when they walk, they score. They just always do. Yeah, Yankees don't do that, but this team does.
Mhm.
So you have to really keep them off the bases. So I'm really happy with how he was able, for the most part, to do that. Did he give up a walk? Who
Who?
gave up? Who gave?
You want to know if
So
who gave up a walk?
hold on.
2 for Heel, 1 for Leiter. Leiter walked a guy. That's when he came out, and then Holmes came in and struck out 3 guys. Holmes came in and struck out 2 guys only. He didn't strike out 3. Weaver struck out 3 guys in an inning and third. So, hey, Holmes threw 9 strikes. So it looks like Adam has left us. There's not much else to talk about.
I'm here. I just have to go into another room.
He's going into the bathroom, ladies and gentlemen. Something my brother
No,
Todd has been
no. I'm
waiting
just
for.
going into my son's room.
Your son's room.
Jameson. You remember him?
Is that Ezra Jr.'s room?
Ezra von Pupik.
Ezra von Pupik didn't stay home to watch the game with his daddy?
Oh, Christ. All right, there we are.
Oh, now you look like Kramer laying back. Anyhow, there's really not much else to say. Oh, there was Kramer's nose. There was not much else to say. The pitching was pitching for the whole series. The really pitching for the whole series has been really good. I mean, the only time it wasn't good was obviously game 1. And that was the grand slam. I don't like A-Rod saying, but for the grand slam, this is a 2-2 series, and the other games were 4-2, but they felt like blowouts. That's just wrong of A-Rod to say. I also wish Schmaltz. I'm going to make him Schmaltz or Schmutz. He has good points, but he says them over and over, and he doesn't shut up.
You heard that? Well, back to A-Rod. He kept saying he was on Michael K today.
Yeah, he said it yesterday too.
He kept saying, "Oh, we gotta go. Gotta go with Cole. Gotta go with Cole. Big mistake. Heel will not pitch well to this."
Ortiz and Jeter agreed with him on the postgame show yesterday on Fox, and the only difference is that Jeter said, "Yes, but it's not going to happen," because Jeter kept saying, "It's not like when we played," and I'm thinking to myself, "Yeah," and Catfish Hunter would have said the same thing when you played, Jeter. Nobody, and Rich Gossage says it now. What is it with his 1-inning closers? So,
but he loves to bring that up. But no, I think that it's. I think it's a really it's a good thing. I think it was smart that they played this one just right, and now we get to see fresh Cole tomorrow. hopefully, and that's important. There's your window. There's your opportunity. If
Yeah.
it
I
wasn't
mean,
Cole, who
it
would it
does
be? If
turn.
Cole pitched today, who would have pitched tomorrow? Nestor. What would they have done tomorrow?
Nestor Stroman heel.
Stroman you know with an elimination game. I mean, good God.
Who knows? I know you got to just play them one game at a time. But it worked out. They won. They had a bullpen game. If the Dodgers didn't have a bullpen game, maybe it would have been different thinking by the Yankees. But the bullpen game, it clearly hurts the Dodgers.
Have you noticed something that really is interesting to me? Have you seen any lefties? The Dodgers have any left-handed pitchers? I mean, they do not.
They have they've won one lefty in
I
their
mean, I
roster.
haven't seen anybody. It seems like maybe since game one, no lefties, and you keep wondering. This is why I would have thought that in that game tonight, if they needed it, would they have? If they had a lefty, would they have put in Dominguez to hit for?
No, Dominguez can't hit right-handed.
Oh, that's right. Well, it's
So, all right,
interesting.
I'm looking at the Dodgers roster, and I am not.
They seem to have 19 pitchers in the bullpen. every day they have a new pitcher. I'm like, where are these guys coming from? It seems like the Yankees have 4 guys out there. Nobody else.
Well, they should have 4 guys. The left-handed pitchers are Anthony Bonda, who we'll see tomorrow because he's one of their guys, and Alex Vesia is also a left-handed reliever out of the bullpen.
All right.
But Bonda, you'll see Bonda, whatever his name is, you'll see him tomorrow. He's one of their high leverage guys.
All right.
So,
all right, my friend, I'm very
I'll
pleased.
see you tomorrow. I will post this as soon as I can.
We'll do this again tomorrow evening after the game when
Yep. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to be cutting my class short tomorrow. I have a class that starts at 6. It will be over before 7, and I will quickly catch up on the game. Today I had my Stanford class that I had to attend, which was fantastic.
Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you very much.
Be well.
Good luck in prison, and have a nice night, everybody.